Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh yeah. Broadcasting live from the Josie Network Studios in downtown Medina, Tennessee. It's that time of week again. It's time for the Josie Show. Bringing you the most exciting music news and guests from around the world. Right here on the Josie Show. Please make welcome the beautiful, the talented, the lovely, America's radio sweetheart, Mrs. Josie Asantino Boone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Josie Show. My special guest today is Danny Griego. I'm really looking forward to chatting with him, so let's jump right into it. I hope you enjoy this interview. Here we go. Hi, Danny.
Thank you for having me on the Josie Show.
Thank you. I really appreciate you joining me. I've really been enjoying your new single, Angelina. Can you please share the story behind this song for me, if you could?
Oh, Angelina, we have a long affair, Angelina. We've been going together for years, and I recorded Angelina the first time. Richie Albright produced it. He was Waylon Jennings' producer. I was under the Waylon wing for a long time. I had the last two Jennings. And the first rendition of it, Reggie Young was on it. Reggie's discography looks like the phone book. He played for the Beatles and Elvis, all sorts of people. And this song is very Orbison-esque. I was kind of vibing Orbison on this, if you know what I mean. And we did a country version of it, and I never released it. It did make my album, Cowboys, Outlaws, and Boardtown Dogs. And I never was really super happy with the way it came out. And I was getting ready to do an AC release, and I thought, it would be really nice to revisit Angelina and give her a chance to actually be released on the radio. So we went in, and you never know when you go into the studio to cut a song. A lot of times, maybe the song you're going after you don't get, and you'll get something else that's the magic shows up on, Mm-hmm. And the last session that we had, we recorded the Dark Horse with actually Waylon's bass player, Kevin Grant, and a real faction of Willie Nelson's band. And I told them that I kind of wanted this song to be where Roy Orbison meets Sting, Yeah. I'll be watching you. And I think we pulled the tempo on it right off the Sting record. And we put it right down where Sting is. You can put them side by side, and it's the same meter. We got a good track on it. A lot of times when you put something out on radio and you hadn't been out there in a few years, so the last single I had was Madison Motel, and we had horrible timing on that. We put it out the week after Beyonce released Texas Hold'em. We just got run over like everybody else.
Right.
And, yeah. And all the airtime was Beyonce time. And I actually pulled Madison Motel off the air. I pulled it off the internet and everything. I figured I'd re-release it later. When you haven't had something out for a couple of years, which is what it's been 2023, the end of 23. A lot of times your single won't do that well because you're reintroducing yourself to radio format. And Angelina has just had a life of her own. She's just taken off.
Oh, yes, she has. And she's been climbing both the Billboard and the media-based adult contemporary charts. Congratulations, first off. Wow.
I think we're sitting at number 10 on media-based, so I'm very, very excited about it.
Very exciting. So when you first started seeing this climb, what went through your mind?
Well, I really have not had the backing or the funds. Well, just to give you an idea, I think I'm the only independent artist in the top 100. And a lot of these, like the last release that we did, Madison Motel, I was under this label in perpetuity, and we did a distribution deal with Warner. And so we had a safety net around us, And this one, we just went with in perpetuity. It was just the independent label release. And so I my promotion staff told me that, don't count on busting the media-based top 30. It's probably not going to happen, and don't even get your eyes set on billboard. And my response was, hey, the Lord can do anything, so look out.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that. And it has. It has and it is. That's incredible. And I'm curious to know, perhaps maybe like a new album in the future, because I know your last album was Cowboys, Outlaws, and Border Town Dogs, which did very well. Could that maybe be in the cards at some point?
So I never really stopped recording after Cowboys, Outlaws, and Border Town Dogs, and
Right.
I have a box set in the can. I've got like over 70 singles that have not been released, and I've just kept recording and kept theming them and putting them to the side, hoping that I could be able to pull all this stuff together and do a box set someday. And we are gearing up to do that. We're going to drop a box set, and it'll include a greatest hits album and a Western album and a Spanish album. I sing in Spanish as well.
Nice.
And so we'll be hopefully getting that thing out realistically probably in 2027. And in 2026, there's some big stuff coming down the road. I'm going to finally release the last duet that I did. It's a non-posthumous duet that I did with Waylon Jennings. In other words, he was in the studio with me and we cut it. It's called At the Crossroads. And so part of the Angelina thing was to make some noise and get my name back out there for two reasons. One, to help the charity that I have called Freedom Horse Ranch, which I serve our veterans, and we do equine therapy. We put PTS soldiers on horses, and like we just had Semper Fi Fund here, America's group, and we had some double amputees and some real shot up boys and that had done everything for God and country. And so that was the idea, is that to make an awareness campaign for me so that it would trail over to Freedom Horse Ranch and people would help our veterans. And then the other thing is we're gearing up to release At the Crossroads, the Waylon Jennings video and duet.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Well, we'll definitely be promoting it here once that's all out for sure. I'm
Wow.
really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Of course, anytime. And as you mentioned, Freedom Horse Ranch, for someone who wants to maybe get involved, help, donate, in any kind of way, what is the best place that they'd be able to do that?
Oh, wow. Thank you for asking that.
Yes,
I'm really super bad at asking for help. That's one of my strengths, is not being
right.
helpful.
I hear you.
So freedomhorseranch.info will take you to the site, and there's actually a help button that takes you to a Give, Send, Go page for donations. And I'm not really good at asking for help. So
Right.
I had a good friend and mentor that has another wonderful charity for veterans, Center for Healthy Veterans, and they were kind of telling me how I was doing it wrong, and that maybe I should not be asking for large funds to help the charity, but anybody and everybody can help a little bit. So we just created Mission 22, and there's going to be a website that we'll put out there. It's not launched yet. It'll be mission22.live, Live, and because anybody can donate $22 pretty much to help our troops.
Yes.
And that goes a long way. What I do is I bring the warriors in here and we do equine therapy with them, and those horses pull a lot of stuff out of them. And like the last group that we just had, we had 7th group out here, some Green Berets and Special Forces guys, and those guys are combat veterans that a lot of them hadn't been together since they were in combat together. So it becomes a reunion type situation. They get to talk about stuff that they can only talk about with people who have been there. So they're a group,
Wow.
It's a very, very healing thing for them. The horse opens the door for the healing, and then the campfire, they get to talk about some rare air stuff.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow. What a great experience, and what a blessing, honestly. And I hope anybody can help. Please make sure you do. Can you give out that website one last time, please, for me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. freedomhorseranch.info.
Perfect. Everyone, please make sure you do that. Check it out, please. It's for a great, great cause. It really, really is. And once again, thank you so much for what you do for our veterans, and it's just incredible.
That's
Yes, it's very much appreciated and needed. And before we go here, I wanted to kind of talk to you about something that I found very interesting when I was reading over your bio, that you have an interesting story of survival. Can you tell me a little bit about that, if you don't mind?
Well, I guess you'd say back in the day when I was finishing up my college degree, I went on a fishing trip, and the
Hmm.
Reader's Digest version of it, I was struck by lightning, and I was blown 40 yards, and well, at least 40 yards, and it stopped my heart. I was code. When I came back to, I didn't have any motor skills in my right arm. I couldn't even lift my arm up, and I could not use my fingers on my hand for quite some time. And the neurosurgeon told me that there was a really good sign that all that was going to come back because my hand was tingling. And he said that if I were to get a chart and learn how to play classical guitar, he asked me if I had a guitar, and I told him my granddad left me a guitar, a gut string guitar. And he said, well, if you get yourself a chart and you number your fingers and you learn how to pick that guitar, you're forcing your mind into rehabbing your motor skills. And it's really interesting because now it's come full circle, and I work with a
Yeah.
lot of players who deal with the same kind of problems, and I can actually relate to them a little bit because what I had was, they call that shell shock when you're blown up.
Mm-hmm.
It came with the TBI, and it came with I have a real problem with overheating now too. My cooling system is broken.
Oh.
So there's some things I can relate to with the warriors who have been through some very traumatic battle.
Yes, and that's why I really wanted to kind of, bring it up, is it really is a story of triumph and being able to, move through something so crazy. That's not something that normally happens. And you were able to do it just being able to retrain your fingers through music, playing the guitar. That's so interesting.
A game changer for me. I had different plans. I was headed to law school, and the Lord had another plan for me. So I'm a songwriter, and that's what I do. I just try to take everything that the good Lord gives me and give it back to somebody else.
Oh, yes. I love that. And I love that about you. And I hope everyone checks out Angelina. It's available on all of the platforms that you listen to your music today, so you will be able to find it. And before you go, can you please give out your website, also your social networking sites for people after the show to be able to connect and see what's next and coming out?
Oh, thank you. So Angelina is a song about daddy love gone bad. And, a lot of times girls, will have a daddy love situation because that's their first love. And that first heartbreak sometimes can affect people their whole lives. And so Angelina's on Spotify. Spotify's kind of wagging the dog with music right now, and it's on iTunes, and we just put up a splash page at www.dannygriego.com, and that splash page has a whole bunch of links to my entire social media profile.
I love it. You make it easy. That's wonderful. Please make sure you check it out, everybody. Check out Angelina. Check out the website. Stay tuned to what is next for Danny. And thank you so much for joining me. It truly was a pleasure to chat with you and get to know you better and your story. And thank you for what you do with Freedom Horse Ranch.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And I sure would like to come back on the Josie show.
Well, we would love to have you back anytime. Anytime you have anything new coming out, please let me know. I'd love to have you back.
Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Thank you all so much for tuning into the Josie Show today. And remember to stay tuned to josieshow.com under our upcoming guest tab. We will be updating that with who is coming up next. You could always look forward to some exciting interviews, and we have a lot of really great ones heading your direction. So make sure you stay tuned. And once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you to my special guest, Danny. See y'all again soon. Bye-bye.